Okay, sorry. And we got interrupted there. I got a phone call. Okay, so I just don't like this. I don't like this at all. I just think this is just not necessary. We don't need to be rushing in here to finish A. B is still in the background. You guys should really be holding this whole corner back here and forcing A and B together and just really surrounding them. I don't hate somebody coming around this way, like maybe one person just to poke, but I definitely would not be down here. You're giving them high ground and you're just out in the open. I would stick to these pipes right here. There's actually a sign right here too that would protect your feet. You could just peek this little thing here and just be a nuisance and kind of slide over right to this one and just have a free lane here at anybody in A backing away from B and trying to get behind this hill and then just being free and open. But I think we got a little red eyed here and we went for the kills. And I just wouldn't do that. It's too high risk. Climb over here, use your thing. They can't come down the hill. They're getting fired on. A is eliminated, and it's you versus B here. But instead, going in for the kill, they hear you flying. You get one, but it just doesn't work out. And now look at B's coming in for the cleanup. B is like collapsed on them. Yeah, it just doesn't. Oh man, it's a bummer. It just didn't really need to come in there. It's just not. There's just no protection. And now look, B is fully up. They're healed. You got somebody on life support here, two, and now it's open. If they collapse, which is I assume that he's going to come here, these guys are going to come to this rock and just push you back. You no longer have zone. Yep, they just collapse. And what looked good in zone, you could have been up here on these rocks now with zone moving. Yeah, just, and that's that. All right, let's look at the last one here. Hope this all makes sense. I mean, it's hindsight, right? It's hindsight, but this is the way we think here. Okay, what'd you guys do? I think you just dropped in Sandbox. Did they drop early? Let's see. Yeah, they hot dropped. I think they went to Kingdom, right? They went to Kingdom. You guys have zone here. I kind of remember this one. Unless you knew they went to Kingdom, I would be turned around looking for them to be coming out of this corner here, like the nines. If you guys fly off, I would expect that. Ooh, they did. That's what they did. Sorry. I'm just trying to get this guys out to you. Oh, so that's what they did. Actually, I think they went to Kingdom and they rotated. You guys didn't go straight out. So they rotated up into Sandbox. This is weird. That's weird. Normally you just go out into plains and wait for the people from Sandbox to come down, and it's hard for them to make it down here. It forces them over towards cemetery side. Usually when I come out of Sandbox, I come right for this point here, this point, and this point, and this point. It forces anybody trying to come out in front of me here, even through planes. I can see them start firing on them, and then my team can kind of make it down through the buildings and across, and then we have established a point there. Oftentimes, too, people drop. They don't go Kingdom, they go nines. They come straight across here. They come towards these buildings. Make it to Phoenix. You're standing here. You start firing on them at Phoenix, and you basically cut them off. Very few teams come down this way. This is just an open area. So they usually work their way through here, the Phoenix area, this top area, and they start fighting. That allows your team to kind of come down. Ideally, you would come. That's a good scenario. So let's say they come here. Phoenix, they start firing you. A couple people here, the rest of the team rotates down towards tower, gets in front of them, and now this team has to come down into plains, but you're already down there. It's the old reversal on them. See how they rotate down into plains? You can already be down here firing on them. That forces them way out into the middle. But that doesn't happen. You guys flee straight across. Just kind of not bad, just kind of happens. Let me look here. I don't hate it. It just, that's fine if that's the way you want to go. You kind of want to leave that team because you don't know they're there. That's fine. But you got to move. You got to get over to Metro. Thing about Metro is everyone spends too much time in Metro, as we all know. And so I would establish this building, these buildings here, anyone trying to flee out here, grab here, and really try to rotate over into this area, or this area. That way, anyone coming out of Metro is absolutely screwed because they're going to end up in this corner trying to come out. There's a big open area. You guys have the sign, you have this, you just fire down upon them, and you know it's rotating away from them. They're in the corner. So someone's on top, that's fine. You get the buildings here. See how everyone's still down in here. You can move forward, shoot down on them, grab, they're gonna hide out in here, which is fine. But zone's gonna move and they're not gonna have that spot anymore. And then they're gonna be freebies. Excuse me. All right, let's speed this up. Bingo, bongo. So that doesn't happen. You guys don't push far enough forward. You kind of take up these houses, but zone is closing here. So we need to move. There's nothing here for you. This zone. The zone is to the left. You guys got to book it. Book it. And here comes Team B behind you. Now you have all the Metro fools in front of you. And what happens again is you guys stop and start fighting. Instead of noticing that zone is all the way over here. All the way over here. This needs to be a mad dash around, up, and over into this area or into at least tower. Like, get there. But they don't. There's fighting going on. Now here comes B collapsing. B is going to take the wall. And now you guys are out of zone. You can't go left. Everyone's coming out of Metro. There's a team that's rotated in front of you. You're fighting with zone collapsing on you. And that's all they wrote. That's it. Yeah. It's really just zone awareness. A lot of zone awareness and pinch points. Using lanes. Coming out of here. I'm getting stuck out in this area. You really kind of got to move in here and then maybe establish some sort of, once the zone collapsed, you really got to kind of, Metropolis, you can't just sit there and fire on Metropolis. You gotta come back and establish your zone piece, because if another team is here and they move into your spot and you're sitting here trying to shoot at the Metropolis people, even if you made it around and we're doing that, now you turn around after you kill them and there's a team waiting for you. Guess what? Third party city. So you really kind of have to, once zone establishes, if you're here, move back into zone, establish this area, make sure nobody's here, nobody's challenging this area, and then maybe you can sneak forward a little bit right in here to the construction site and keep firing on these people for a little bit. And when it starts to get close, you can kind of back up again. Again, they're just running from the zone, Shoot, fire, back up. Shoot, fire, back up. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So I hope that helped. It's basically just kind of a rotational kind of awareness. And I think when you watch this, you'll just kind of see what I'm talking about. Um, Lots to learn here. Not really fundamental stuff as far as shooting and moving and all that stuff, just kind of rotational stuff. You want to be stacked, but you don't always want to be stacked. You know, you want to be stacked when the closer the quadrants, the closer the battle is together in buildings, like in sandbox, you want to be close together, you know? But if you're trying to hold a team out, you got to spread out a little bit. And then it's just more imperative that you don't die. You can take damage, but you're really just trying to control the land, at that point. And then waiting for the zone and all the pressure of the other teams to start fighting, and then making your move when they're on their heels. Then you make your move. So, anywho, that was fun. I hope this helps. I hope it came out good. Just kind of rambled, but I don't have a ton of time on my hands, so let's try to get that out. Good luck, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns. I'm here for you.